Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Honda Chris, in the sales department here at Randy Kuehl Honda in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Right now, we're standing outside of a brand new 2024 Honda Ridgeline TrailSport. As usual, let's walk up here to the window sticker. We're going to try to reduce some of this glare, so bear with me, guys. It's an endless battle here. All right, so as we're trying to get focus, I don't know why the phone's acting up today, but it is. I'll put a timestamp right in here. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. So you guys can see up on the top is a 2024 Honda Ridgeline all-wheel drive TrailSport. Up on the top right-hand corner, it talks about your fuel economy. We got 23 for the highway, 18 for the city, and 20 for the combined rating. Down on the right-hand corner, talks about your safety ratings. So there we are, almost 5 out of 5. Who doesn't love that? We'll come right over here. You can see the vehicle's a U.S.-made product right here in Lincoln, Alabama. The price point, and then the list of the standard features and functions, which we're going to try to cover today for you guys, so you'll be fully aware of the vehicle before arriving at your local Honda dealership to take out for a test drive. Or maybe just a nice revisit after you're buying one of these. Now, certain colors will have additional surplus charge. You guys can see from right there from American Honda, Platinum White Pearl. That's what this is. It does have additional $455 surplus charge. I will also throw some other color options up there. Then also if it's going to have a surplus charge from American Honda, so you'll be fully aware. Now it comes standard with 2 key fobs and remote start. To use your remote start, you simply hit lock, hold this button down here for a few seconds. You're going to wait there, lights will flash. It starts right up, lights flash again to let you know, hey, I have started. So it runs in 10-minute intervals. So after 10 minutes, we'll turn right off. The doors will remain locked. Let's say 8 minutes have passed, and I repeat that process, runs for the grand total of 18 minutes. So if you played your cards correctly, you can get close to a total of 20 minutes. You cannot do this a third time. Now, I can let the time go off to let it run out, or I can simply click and hold this button down below, and then there we go. It shuts it right off from there. It said, hey, I changed my mind, let's turn it off. Now, all of your Honda sensing features come standard. I'm talking about your lane keep assist, adaptive cruise, forward collision, and road departure. So safety is still pretty much middle lane. Got plenty of safety features as we go on. Now, you're going to have a 3.5 V6 is going to be in there with a 9-speed automatic transmission. I'm going to throw horsepower and torque up there so you guys know what you're playing around with. Now, we're also going to have a heavy-duty transmission cooler. You have the towing capacity of 5,000 pounds. Now, all of your lights are going to be LED. I mean, your daytime running lights, headlights, brake lights, and then your fog lights, all LED. Now, with the TrailSport, you're going to get some cool cosmetics throughout the vehicle. You guys will see that. Like, for example, you're going to have a different grille that's going to be on there. The grille is going to be a nice black finish right up here, instead of having that chrome action going on, as you see on some selected trims. You're going to have some skid guards too as well, for skid plates, I mean, for underneath the vehicle to protect like the oil pan and stuff like that. It's a little more off-roading adventures. We're going to have front and rear parking sensors. We're going to take a step back over here off to the side. You can check out those 18-inch alloyed rims. Then we're going to do a side profile here quick so you guys can see the side. I'm also going to throw some exterior measurements up there so you guys see how it compares to other vehicles out there in the market. Then maybe your current one, and will it fit in the garage? Let us know down below in the comments. I might seem off rhythm today. I do apologize. I'm in a different spot, not my usual spot to do these videos, so it's throwing me off just a wee bit. So please bear with me, okay? Now, as we're checking the side profile of the vehicle, you'll see we have body-colored handles. Around the windows, it's going to be a nice black finish. And then you got rear tinted windows. We have a black side mirror. On the side mirror, you're going to have a turning indicator within the side mirror. Now, you can simply push these in and out if you need to pull these from there. If you actually hit something, that's not a problem. Now, we're going to have smart entry with the vehicle. So let's say the car's all locked up. You have the key fob with you in your purse, pocket, or jacket. Put your hand in the handle and unlocks the door. You can choose, you want all doors to unlock or just the driver's side door. So that's going to be kind of nice. Now, you can also keep this in your purse, pocket, or jacket, wherever you have it stored at. You can simply hit this button right here. It locks all the doors. So I don't have to take this out and hit the lock button. And so at least when I walk away, I know it's all locked up. Now, if I want to be a little more, convenient, not second guessing myself, we're also going to have the walk away auto lock feature. So what that means is when I shut the car, I shut the door, I get the key fob with me. Along that feature is enabled. Key fob's with me, I get 10 feet away. boom, it locks all the doors. I never, ever have to second guess, did I lock my doors? Did I not? Then I have to go up there, get the key, and double check. You know what I mean? So now with that being said, you cannot accidentally lock your key in the car. So let's say we have the walk away auto lock feature enabled. I left my key in there. I shut the door, walk away. It says, hey, you left the key in the car. I won't lock. Now to take that one step further again, let's say you're kind of old fashioned like me. I hit a lock button. I left my key in there. I didn't think about it. The car registers, hey, there's a key in here. You hit lock on the door. You're shutting it. You're trying to accidentally lock your keys in the car. It just unlocks from right there, okay? Now, as I shared, we have more safety features as life goes on. We do. I'm referring to the blind spot information system, all right? So as you're driving down the road at least 20 miles an hour, a car is in a blind spot, that's gonna light up. Now, when you have a turning indicator on while someone's in a blind spot, that's gonna flash and beep at you to alert you, say, hey, someone's in your blind spot. So I have the video showing you guys that in action if you wanna see it, all right? Now, your gas release is gonna be right here. There we are. We have a capless gas tank, no longer cheap cap to, worry about fixing or replacing down the road. It's a simple slide and go. All right, so you got a rear tinted window back there. Now as we come back here towards the tailgate, we're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up, all right? So we have dual tipped exhaust. Down below, we got a hitch, of course. We got a 7-prong plug-in, parking sensors, nice little lights here for back for your plates. And then we got a little bit of badge of honor so people know what we're rocking out. TrailSport, Ridgeline. You even have it stamped on the tailgate. We have a multi-angle rear camera. It's going to be right up here. And then we have a dual action tailgate. So it comes down the nice traditional way. Everything is nice and flat. It's easy. And then put that back up. As you see, we got a release. So reach under, grab that bad boy, and then it opens up this way too. Now, if you guys do get a cover on this, on the bed, you're actually going to have it turn on or off. When you lock the doors, the tailgate will lock automatically too. So that's kind of nice. Now, down here, you have an in-bed trunk. You can use it as dry storage. You can use it as a cooler, whatever you see fit. It's waterproof. So you got a cork down there below. You can get dividers if you want to. So you can keep, adult drinks, kids drinks separated. Who knows what you're going to use it for. It will be set out there for your outdoors adventures or for your family gatherings, whatever comes to mind. Spare tires down below, the tools you may need for this unforeseen event. This is lockable. Lights back here. See if I can do this one-handed. Just a little cubby space. We're going to have cleat tie downs. Once again, I'm going to try to get my hand steady here. Sorry for giving you guys motion sickness, but that's the trunk or the hatch or the tailgate, whatever you guys want to call it. All right, so let's check out the back here quick. Before we dive in, we're going to throw interior measurements up there so you guys know how much room's in there for your friends, pet, cargo, whoever's brave enough to tag along with you guys. Boom, challenge accepted, all right? I love actually how this newer style, how wide the door opens. I don't know if you guys remember back in 17, 18, the doors kind of open up like this wide. So it's kind of a challenging getting in and out. So they had to put like aftermarket kits out there for the doors to open up wide. But look how much wider this is. Love it. It's easy now to get in and out of this. Now we have a leather armrest. You guys know about power windows. You got a little cup holder action, a little tray action from there. We're going to have stadium seats in here. I'll talk about that here in a second. Now these are going to be your magic seats, so they do fold right up for you. So there we go. Now it's going to do it on both sides. So it comes down nice and flat. Once again, you just pull this handle. You're going to have a courtesy tie down. So if you have both of them up, you have one on each side. If you got like a big box or something, you want to tie things down, make sure it doesn't move around, you can do that. Now to release this, you simply pull this, let it slam right down, okay? So yes, we have leather interior. You're going to have armrests, some additional cup holders, headrest right here for the center. Behind all these, you're going to have anchors for your car seats for all 3 spots. You just have to pop those bad boys up. Courtesy pocket, and one on that side. Adjustable vents, a 12-volt plug-in down below, and it comes standard with all-season mats for the TrailSport. Now, when I meant by stadium seats, as you get right in here, if I have someone in the front seat, I can easily look over them. So be careful who you throw back here. If they're a backseat driver, I have an in-law that's that way, they're not coming back here, okay, because they can see right over you. Stadium seats. Now, I have to see all the way back here. Most people won't be, taller than a 6'2", so I want to be far back and recline as much as possible. But it's a nice fit. I can be comfortable for those long journey drives, okay? Now we're going to take a look here at the door. You have a leather armrest. You guys know about power windows. You got your power locks, window lock button, just in case any young whippersnappers or a misbehaved husband in the back. You can lock the windows so they can't play around with the windows. Some additional cubby space. We already talked about your gas tank release, cubby space down below. Then we're going to have 2-seat memory. All right. So that's going to be nice. It saves the position of your seat and all that. So if you come in with key fob 1, guess what? It goes to key fob 1. So this is going to be pretty nice. You also have the reverse tilt on the side mirror for the TrailSport and the Black Edition. Power seating over here. You got your little forward, back, up and down. A little tilt action here on the front half of the seat. Recline for your back there. Then we have your lumbar support. We got pedals to get A to B. This is your park and brake, hood release. Let's show you guys some of those common courtesy stuff under the hood right now. All right, so here we are right underneath the hood. We're going to show you guys those common courtesy stuff. You already know about the engine, transmission, stuff like that. So little details you may do on your own. For example, is a washer fluid, a nice blue cap, easy to find. What else is easy to find? The dipstick is a nice bright orange. If you can check your oil, you got your oil cap right down below. You got your battery right down here. Brake fluid, and then there we go. Anything else beyond that, you may have to contact your local Honda service center. I'm sure they'd be glad to answer those questions. Now we're going to do one more look over for those that have the capabilities and the skill set on working on their own truck. And there we are, guys. So let's get back up front with all the action. All right, so here we are right inside the Honda Ridgeline now. So simply just have the key fob with you guys. It could be right up here in the tray. It could be in your purse, your pocket, your jacket. You guys get the point. Just somewhere in the car. From there, once the key's in the car, you come down and apply onto the brake pedal. As you apply onto the brake pedal, you're going to notice your button's going to light right up. There we go. Or your button's going to light right up. Now it's on and running. Everything's started up. We're going to talk about some of the buttons over here on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. So the first one we'll be talking about is going to be this button right there. That looks like a little flag. That's for your power folding mirrors. So when you select that bad boy, guess what? Your side mirrors fold right in. They're gonna fold right out. So there we go. Power folding mirrors. Now between L and R, just select your mirrors. So you get the left and then your right mirror selected. And you got the D-pad here to adjust your side mirrors so you can see those people sneaking up on you. Right over here, you have an Econ button. So when you smack the Econ button, you get a beautiful green leaf right up here to let you know it's on. Econ's going to make you more fuel efficient, mostly effective for your highway driving. You may see a couple more miles to a gallon in difference depending on how aggressive you drive. Now keep in mind, it's only really more effective for your highway when you're in cruise control. Now as it's on, you're sacrificing AC power, acceleration power, and electrical power up front. So those really hot summer days, you got to choose. You want to be fuel efficient or do you want to be comfortable? Okay, it's just the city. It doesn't do any much because of the stop and go traffic. All right, so there we go. So as I hit that leaf button again, or that Econ, green leaf's gone, Econ's off. Right down over here, you got some additional buttons. You got your parking sensors. They're off, they're on, and on again. So long as the green light is on, they're on, now off. Okay, so now you got your road departure it's off. Now it's back on. You're going to have your vehicle stability assist. If you ever need to turn that off, or your traction control is to click and hold. Same with your forward collision warning. I can't think of a reason to turn that off, but they have the capabilities to. You have your heated windshield element, so when that's on for your wiper zone, you'll see that the light's going to be on, so it's going to heat up that area for you guys. And then we're going to have your cargo lights. So when you smack that cargo light button for your trunk bed, there we go. The lights are on in the bed. Now the lights are off. Now your steering wheel release is going to be down here below. Pull that bad boy down. You guys can pull it out, push it in, down and up. You guys get the point. Adjust as you see fit, and then we can lock that bad boy right back in place. Kaboom. We're going to honk the horn here in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Nice little horn action. Now you can see we have a nice leather wrapped steering wheel with an orange stitching. That orange stitching kind of continues throughout the whole vehicle between the front, the back, and all that. So I'm not for sure if I pointed that out yet, but now we have. Take it off the list. As we're checking out the seats too, you're going to have a little badge of honor going on. TrailSport on the headrest on the 2 front seats. So nice little texture grip going on. Now let's talk about the controls here on the right hand side. So the first one's going to be the main button. So when the main button is, you select that, it actually makes your Honda Sensing stuff available. You can use that stuff. So right now you see it up there. That's going to be your adaptive cruise and your lane keep assist. We're going to talk to that in a second. Then if I hit it again, that's no longer available. So if I hit these buttons and nothing's showing up, it's because you haven't selected your main button that enables your safety features. All right. So that's the main button. Now, as we're talking about your lane keep assist, it's going to be this button right here. This is what's going to keep you in the center of your lane for your highway driving between 45 to 90 miles an hour. So as you're going down there, you go out of your lane a little bit, beep, 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 beep. You can turn that on or off, then it kind of nicely brings you back and keeps you in center. You should not be playing ping pong going back and forth, all right? Now, when it's actively working, you'll see it up there. It's going to be turning green to let you know, hey, I'm working. Now, your cruise control, you have 2 ways to see which one you're going to have available. Like this one's adaptive cruise, because I see the speedometer with that arrow and a car in front of it, so that's the adapted. Then if you hit the button and you only get this icon up there, that just means it's standard cruise, because it does not have a car in front of it, all right? So, standard cruise. Now, the adaptive cruise control, which is going to be the other one, let's say you're going down the road, you're going 45 miles an hour. To set your cruise, you have this little toggle switch, toggle, set, increase or decrease. By toggle switch, go up and down to increase and decrease your speed. Now let's say you're just at 45 miles an hour, the car in front of you right here is going, I don't know, let's say 40. It slows you down to maintain that distance from that point, so it keeps you out of sync with the car in front of you. Okay, now to select the distance, you got this little button right here. So when you tap this bad boy, right, the little tap tap taparoos, see that, see those little lines up there changing? Less lines means closer, follow. More lines means further away, follow. All right. So that's how you're going to set your distance. Now for those that don't like the adaptive cruise or the standard or vice versa, now to switch between those two, all you have to do is click and hold this button down and it switches from there. All right, so that's how I was switching between those two. Now you're going to have heated steering wheel. It's going to be this button right there, little orange light to let you know it's on. Paddle shifters. Right over here, you're going to have your wipers. It's going to be an M wiper. So you can adjust the speed. Once you toggle it down one, then you can choose the speed of that from there. Lights. It's on auto. Fog lights on and off. Now we're going to have some additional controls right over here. So if you have your phone paired up with your wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, you can use some voice commands from that, like, hey, call Crazy Honda Chris, or hey, take me to Randy Kuehl Honda in Cedar Rapids. Boom, stuff like that, okay? Volume control and media controls. You can switch between the radio stations, increase and decrease the volume. And then, of course, we have a little wheel action. We're going to talk about that here in a second, all right? So, now before we talk about that, let's talk about the driver's interface screen here quick, where stuff's at. You got your speed right over here. Then you have a digital speed right there. You can see about your safety features if they're on. Once again, when they're actively working, they will be green and not white to give you a visual confirmation. We have different drive modes. We're going to talk about those drive modes here and later on once we get down to the center console controls, all right? At 61 degrees outside, so beautiful enough to actually get distracted with the nice weather. 15 miles on the vehicle, where I'm parked, the gas tank is full. All right, it's not the little red little doohickey line right here. We're looking at the bars. All right, so if it's half tank, guess what? Half of those bars are gone. We got your tachometer right here. You got a time down below, and then we have the temperature gauge here for your coolant, hot and then cold. So that's what you're looking at right here for that. Now let's talk about the low wheel action down here. I'm going to be using this to go up and down to select items. I'm pushing that right in. All right, so let's start from right here. We got speed and time, pushing the wheel. So you want to do a little speed and time action, kind of resets things, you can. And then I just hit the home button right there to back out. Audio, if I had my music on, I can kind of switch between stations and sources, stuff like that at the wheel. I'll come down here to phone. If you had your phone pair, you can see it's kind of favorite context, stuff like that. You hit saved on there onto your vehicle. Navigation is going to be for your compass action. So right now we're facing south. All-wheel drive torque, you can see where all-wheel drive torque is going at, the power as you see, and lifetime feed, where you need it as you need it. Maintenance. We have a direct tire pressure monitoring system with a fill assist. I have a video that talks a little more about that for the devil's in the details, when it's going to tell you, hey, I'm full for your tires. No content, but this is where you can go switch your miles per hour to kilometers if you guys need to switch that. Brightness of the driver's interface screen. Simply scroll down and up to select it. You just push in. I like to have everything to its max for brightness. My daughters tease me and says, Dad, it's because you can't see. Now you can change your display up here, as in right now we have everything enabled that we can. If you want to clean up some of the clutter and maybe remove some of these items rather checked, you can. So it just makes less options up there. Then we're here to warning, so that's like if the door is open or something else is going on, kind of warning stuff. Someone doesn't have the seatbelt plugged in, we'll get those warnings right there. A lot of people keep it on fuel and range. It seems like this is everyone's favorite, because right now you can see with a full tank of gas, we can go 399 miles out there before we go on empty. But this is all going to be computer generated. Right now that's based on the 15 miles, so you may get more or less depending on the terrain, type of the year, and your driving habits. So keep that in mind, guys. It's all computer generated based on your habits, okay? Now, let's say right now we have trip A down there. So I'm using this little wheel once again to scroll up and down between A and B. So B has nothing. If I want to reset trip A, I simply push in the wheel, I come up and hit reset. It's that easy. Now you have a graph down here from 0 to 50. That's going to show you a lifetime fuel economy that you're going to be getting at the time, so you can see that graph fluctuate as you're driving. Now, what you're talking about fuel efficiency game, if you guys want to level up, you do have a fuel efficiency backlight. It's going to have a green bar that's going to come up when you're doing a very good job being fuel efficient, and when you're not, that bad boy is gone. Now we're back to speed and time. Now from here, we're going to come over into the nice 9-inch touchscreen. You have a nice little lip here, so you can see me kind of using this. It's kind of a nice place to rest our hands at. Before we get too involved on this, let's do the courtesy of point out the adjustable vents. So you get yours way over there. We may argue about this depending on the, how bad it is outside. Here's one here. And then obviously this one's mine, okay? Now the ones on the end, you can have these open, or you can close these. Now we're going to touch base about the touchscreen here quick. So you have all apps. We'll just make sure everything's enabled. You can see by the check mark. So if you don't want something to display on the touchscreen, you can uncheck it and clean up the clutter, all right? Navigation, you have a satellite navigation right here. It's going to be a Garmin. We'll give it a second here to load up for the first time. I'm going to hit exit. You guys may have to play that with that a little bit on your free time. We're going to have, we can pair up multiple phones, but only one will be set as a priority. So the priority phone is going to receive the incoming calls and make the outgoing calls. All right. Radio. So you have some radio options. You have FM, AM, Sirius XM. You get 3 months of satellite radio for free. After that, you have to contact them to continue that paid subscription. We have a USB Right there, as you notice, we don't have a CD player, but hey, download stuff onto a flash drive, then it's a plug and play from there. That's the whole point of that. Or you can go to Amazon and order one of those really cheap USB plug-in CD players. That will work just for that too, okay? So if you want to keep your collection, you're good to go. Bluetooth, and then you have your smartphone connection as you're in your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so anything on your smartphone. Now, as I select that stuff, as you can see, your music's all going to be in blue. So if I hit FM from there to save radio stations, you just hit tune. Let's type one in. There we go. No clue what this is. Classic rock. Perfect. Good stuff here. So we then click and hold. Boom. It saves it. It's that simple. Now, if we want to switch, you hit audio source, and then I can come here. It's pretty nice and easy flow, so you guys can see. Sorry. All right. So there we go. We have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Once again, that's going to be wireless. So that's going to take like your Google Maps, Apple Maps, other compatible apps. It displays it right up on the touchscreen from that point, and you're good to go. Okay. Sirius XM, Bluetooth. We already talked about that. General settings. Let's give you a quick little visual. Not too much to go in there. I will have a video later on about the vehicle settings, how stuff works out from that point. So you can customize all of your vehicle settings, set it the way you want. So when you drive off the lot, you are set for success. So we'll have that video later on. You have a trip. So you have a trip A and trip B. Everything's just been reset. So right now we have a previous one for both of these. So each time I reset it, boom. It shows you current, previous, and previous. So it goes back to 3 different previous each time you reset these bad boys, all right? Hopefully that makes sense there for you guys. I can see my current A, current B. Now, a cool thing about the touchscreen, as you click and hold these bad boys, you can actually rearrange the order of this stuff. Just like that. So if you don't use something that often and you want to move it towards the back, or if you do use it quite a bit and want to move it towards the front, you can. Honda Link, check out HondaLink.com. You can see what trim level and model is compatible for what complimentary stuff on there. Some way have remote start, some don't. Some get some cool complimentary stuff. So depending on the model you guys are looking at, check out HondaLink.com. It's free for complimentary stuff on there, and it's super easy. It just takes 2 minutes of your time to register, so just do it and check it out. All right, you have a clock, just brings that up. So pretty nice and easy stuff here. Now also a cool thing about the touchscreen, I almost forgot to mention, is that you have quick save points down below. So for example, if I want to save Sirius XM radio set Bluetooth, boom, it sits right there. So if I use it the most, I can just come up and hit that button and we're good. You gotta have a display right here. It just changes the brightness of your touchscreen, or I can turn it off if it bugs you for your day or nighttime driving. Just hit the home and back button. Now, of course, there's gonna be the volume for the radio. Turn that on or off. It's gonna be that power button. Now switch between the radio stations. You can have a time right up there. It's 1:13. And then we're gonna back up here. Now we're going to come down to the center console controls. We're going to look at the climate control here quick. We have a nice tri-climate going on. So right now everything's synced. You can see that because of the green light. As I hit that, it's no longer synced. So I can play with mine. My wife, she can play with hers. She's always run that. I like it to have it cold as possible. One of my biggest arguments in our marriage is the temperature in the car or in the house, right? But hey, she's going to be happy. We have... We'll hit sync on that again. We have your different modes. You can see those modes right up here. Fan speed, decrease, AC on and off, air circulation, turn it off. We have auto mode. As you select that, the car is going to do everything in its power to maintain that temperature you have it set to. We're going to have our rear on and off, so it shuts off the rear climate. I can select RR settings here. Maybe I need to fine tune that to accommodate the kiddos back there or passengers. There we go. Front defroster, rear defroster with heated side mirrors. We have heated seats, high, medium, low, and off for the front seats. We have a wireless phone charger right down here below. A couple USBs. We have a USB, USB-C, and then we're going to have a 12-volt plug-in. Now we do have some ambient lighting in here. I'm gonna throw some photos up there so you can see. It's gonna be up here in the cup holder. We got a little bit in the tray action. It's gonna be right up here in the tray and then the door handle and then down below. So hopefully I spoke long enough or was kind of stalling sometimes so you can see those photos right up there, okay? Now we're gonna have cup holders, your shifter, we're in park. Now as you notice, there's no gear shift, it's gonna be all buttons. So if my foot's not on the brake, as I'm smacking these buttons, it will not shift. The safety is gonna be the brake pedal. So if I apply to the brake pedal, from park to reverse, see how the color changes? Then of course, it's gonna display it right up there for you. Now, as you put the vehicle into reverse, your multi-angle rear camera automatically displays. Buttons down here is going to show you how the camera is going to act. So the first one's a nice 180 view, catches more of your blind spot parallel to the back end of the vehicle. That's going to be a more right behind you view. And then we have a straight down shot from your rear bumper view. All right. So you can see how close you're getting when you're parallel parking or backing up to that hitch. Now that's going to be on, then off for your cross traffic monitoring system. So when the car's in reverse and a car's coming from the side, it will point out on the screen what way the car is coming from, and it will beep 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 as a car sneaking up. All right. And then this graph right here is for your parking sensors. Now you would not see that if your parking sensors are off. So if I shut this bad boy off, your parking sensors will not engage. Okay, so throwing that out there for you guys. Now we'll put that right back in there. You got neutral, you're gonna have a drive, then you have an S mode. That's gonna be more for like acceleration and engine braking for the S mode. All right, we're gonna have your traction intelligent management right here for your different drive modes. So as you select this button, you see you have a normal for your everyday driving. You're gonna have a snow mode. It's gonna change how the car is gonna perform to optimize your handling in the snow environment. You got a mud that's going to turn off like a vehicle stability assist and change how the car is going to perform to help you in the mud. And the same with sand. And it's going to turn your vehicle stability assist off. It's going to do everything that's power from the sand bearing your tires. All right, right up there. Now you're going to have idle stop with the vehicle. It does come standard. I know there's so many mixed feelings out there, guys. You know, it's the government forcing manufacturers to have that in there. All right. So for those that don't know what idle stop is when the car meets a certain requirement. So it doesn't always engage. It's just when the car meets a requirement, like the cabins to temp, the engines to temp, stuff like that. Every time you get to a complete stop, apply into the brake, you're stopped, you're idle for a moment, it shuts off the engine, right? While your foot's down on the brake. And then when you take your foot off the brake, boom, it starts right up before you apply onto the gas pedal. Whole point of that is not fuel savings, it's more about fuel emission awareness is why they're doing that, okay? Now, if you don't like that for any particular reason, I get it. My wife doesn't like it. What she does with her CRV, she just hits this button right there and it shuts it off. But you have to do it every single time you get into the vehicle. Now, I have also noticed when I put the vehicle in S mode, it shuts it off automatically too, all right? Armrest, we're going to share one of these bad boys. Pop this right open. We got a piece of paper here. Pretty cool. All right, so there we go. A nice deep tray area. Pretty much I can hide all my Funyuns, my snacks, whatever I'm going to hide from the kids' quarters, you name it. Their phones, if they misbehave. Glove box, deep enough, challenge accepted. You probably forget about whatever you throw in there. If you need to lock your trunk, tailgate. See, there we go. Let's focus. I don't know. So I'm just in that weird position. There we go. So you can lock that bad boy up if you need to. It's a lockable glove box. Auto dimming rear view mirror. Garage door openers. Right down here, you got to accommodate for 3. This is simply for your door lights. So if I have it in the center, if I open up a door, those lights will come off. I can have it completely off. I got my little map lights right there. This is for the rear window. So as I pull that one back, this is for the power moonroof. I don't play with this on rainy days, snowy days. Well, I like to have it open so I can wave at everyone as we're doing videos or driving by. Let some nice fresh air in. All right, we'll close that right up. Place for the sunglasses on beautiful sunny days. All right, and there's the video. If you guys found this helpful, please do me a huge favor, hit that like, consider subscribing, drop a comment down below so that way I know to continue these kind of videos going. And once again, guys, thank you so much for bearing with me as I'm over here and not my usual spot to do a video outside of my comfortable zone. It's amazing how that little thing really kind of bugged me throughout this whole video. All right, well, thanks again, guys. We'll see you at the next video. Bye-bye.